It's now 11 o'clock. I'll have more on those stories in a moment, but we want to begin tonight with breaking news. Indiana Task Force 1 is getting ready to leave for Texas to assist in the search and rescue operations after that catastrophic flooding. You can see the vehicles. They are getting ready to leave central Indiana at this hour. The team will be heading from Indy to Kerr County. 49 members of Task Force 1 are making this trip. They'll be staging in San Antonio. That's about 90 miles northwest of Kerr County. More than 100 people are confirmed dead tonight in Texas. More than 170 people unaccounted for. Search and rescue teams are using heavy equipment to peel away the layers of trees, rocks, and debris, searching for missing people. I'll have more on those efforts coming up a little later in this newscast. But right now, our biggest weather stories are heat, humidity, and storm chances. I mean, after all, it's July here in Indiana. We'll talk about all of that in a moment. But first at 11, a chance to reminisce about a time when freezing temperatures chilled our bones and the snow covered our streets. The City County Council tonight just approved millions of dollars to address those winter-related woes. The goal here? Preventing those streets from becoming woes in the first place. So before we start digging ourselves out from blizzard conditions in a few months, our Alex Almanza is digging into that new funding tonight and the push to improve the roads of Indianapolis. Alex?
Lindy, DPW is wasting no time in getting the snowball rolling. The department has already purchased several new trucks in time for the first snowflakes.
It's hot, then it's cold, and before you know it, snow removal season gives way to pothole season. It's a cycle Hoosiers know all too well. On Monday, the City County Council took a step to get ahead of that cycle, approving a plan to divide $27 million in extra tax revenue among city departments. And of that new money, DPW is getting the biggest slice, nearly $19 million for year-round projects across Indianapolis.
The city put off for far too long, and now in the last 3, 4, 5 years, you've seen a ton of money go into residential resurfacing.
This round of funding covers everything from urban forest preservation to stormwater projects, and of course keeping streets drivable through every season. DPW says some changes will come sooner than others, with road resurfacing crews out now during construction season.
Obviously, we're doing residential road resurfacing all throughout the construction season, and this money is going to help us, see that out.
And when the first snowflake falls, DPW says they'll be ready.
So if I gave you $100 million, like not in any way.
After taking heat last winter over gaps in their snow removal plan, the department is doubling down.
We're seeing $2 million to help purchase and build out some one-ton pickup trucks. Going to be help with snow removal, specifically in smaller areas, residential areas, connector street areas, places where we need a little smaller scale equipment in order to address a more narrow road.
Some of the city's dollars will also be matched by the state, stretching the impact even further.
DPW says they hope those new snow trucks will arrive by winter. That's, of course, assuming snow doesn't show up 5 months early.
No! We don't want any of that. No, not 5 months early. Absolutely not. Alex, thank you so much. We are tracking a little bit of rain on live Doppler 13 radar. As expected, that cluster of storms continues to weaken as it moves our way. So picking up a couple of sprinkles, Lafayette north and west. However, Future Track 13 shows the sprinkles now and some redevelopment of some showers and downpours and maybe a few rumbles of thunder. If this verifies, this will have an impact the early half of our Wednesday. I'll continue the timeline and talk about some heat in the 7-day forecast.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. And tonight, Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett is weighing in on curfew changes proposed by the City County Council. All of this is an effort to protect young Hoosiers after that mass shooting in downtown Indy. That gun violence left 2 teens dead and 5 other young people injured. Devastation and frustration in the heart of our city. Police tell us a 13-year-old had one of the 20 guns that officers confiscated over the weekend. So now there's this call to action. City leaders say that starts with extended curfew hours for minors. Mayor Hogsett told us he's on board.
we introduced it at a very kind of early stage in the process because we needed to get that process on the books so it could be passed through the council in a very swift and speedy manner. So even though the introduction last night is just the beginning and there may be some changes along the way.
So what does all of this look like? Let me show you a closer look at the proposal. It says kids between the ages of 15 and 17 would have to be off the streets by 11 on Friday and Saturday and by 9 Sunday through Thursday. For anyone 14 or younger, that 9 o'clock curfew would be 7 days a week. Mayor Hogshead says he wants these new hours in place as soon as possible. But some say this doesn't do enough. In fact, the Indianapolis FOP calls this plan window dressing on a sinking ship. Well, tonight at 11, a peace pop-up event took place following a violent weekend here in Indianapolis. People from the city's violence reduction team shared how their community-based outreach is helping curb that kind of violence. They gathered here at West Montgomery Park to meet with neighbors, saying they're seeing the benefits of the work, but acknowledge it's just one part of the puzzle.
We're still seeing too many lives lost to gun violence. It is working, but we still have to come together as a city, as a community, to grow and provide to not only our youth, but also to everybody in our community that need the support and need the help.
These summer pop-up events are a chance for Hoosiers here in Indy to meet these violence interrupters and learn about all the resources and education available to do the same kind of work in their own communities.